Welcome to Wednesday's show, and thank you for being here as we'll cover last night's McFarland County Fiscal Court meeting. We'll take a look back, a bit of a history lesson as we recognize and honor two fallen soldiers, both killed in action, receiving Purple Hearts and other medals and valors of service. We will have that. We will have as well a scene of a structure fire that happened this morning that completely claimed the home of a Johnson County man. We've got some other updates, some shout-outs we need to pass along, and a whole lot of other things to discuss. And as I believe most all, certainly students and more than likely parents know by now, classes called off in McFarland County for the remainder of the week. I spoke with Superintendent Chris Meadows earlier this afternoon, and he said yes, that attendance rates, which they have been monitoring for quite some time, have only gotten worse to the point to where they thought it best to call off class and give everyone an extra long weekend to try to rest and recuperate and recover. Strep, flu, the list is long and ongoing, and that is taking a toll on students and on administrators, of course, as well. So tomorrow and Friday will be NTI days, number 7 and 8 out of the 10 allowed. And he also wanted us to stress that, as he did with the notice he sent out to the schools, through the schools, and the one call, that any students who are just simply not feeling up to doing, of course, that classwork will have a grace period to make it up once class is back in session. But a number, literally hundreds, I think, of students and teachers out district-wide today. And that number has been, like I said, very high for the past number of days. We hope everyone gets better out there. It is certainly, we're seeing it close just within our local area or our little work family and extended family here. Just a lot of folks very sick, fevers and strep, and just a lot of things. And yes, COVID is still out there. Still lurking is some changes in the weather. Yep, that's coming. With the potential for some heavy rain at times, we've got a little better of a handle as to what we can expect to see with the winds and the rains and the thunderstorms, as we have a couple of different factors making our changes happen here in the next few days. And I'll talk about that in more detail in just a few seconds. Local headlines as well coming up in a second. Affecting everyone, though. A lot going on in the financial world in this nation. All the turmoil in the banking institutions, certainly within a couple. And amongst all that, the Federal Reserve today, as was expected, raised their target range for their benchmark interest rate by another 1/4 point. Still continuing to try to fight inflation and the lingering banking crisis, which has now forced the central bank to take its most significant emergency actions, well, really in the last 4 years since the pandemic began. So that 1/4% today makes the federal funds rate right now at 4.75% to 5%. That is the highest since late 2007. The Fed, in its statement earlier today, said that inflation remains elevated and that the central bank remains, quote, highly attentive to inflation risks, and the U.S. banking system should be considered sound and resilient at the same time, adding that recent developments are likely to result in tighter credit conditions for households and businesses and to weigh on economic activity, hiring, and inflation. The extent of all of that will they characterized as unknown. The Fed also indicated that this would likely be the last hike of this nature or any for the foreseeable future. A structure fire early this morning completely destroyed a Johnson County home. Anyone traveling in the New 460 area may have seen the scene of 4-alarm fire that fortunately resulted in no injuries or worse. The call came in this morning right at around 7 o'clock from a motorist who was traveling New 460 and saw the flames. I spoke with Rockhouse Fire Department Chief David Van Hoos, who said upon their arrival, it was already fully involved, and they, and then these supporting departments, Oil Springs, Paintsville, and W.R. Castle, which all provided mutual aid, put more than 10,000 gallons of water on the home, trying to stop the fire and then trying to protect other structures, that which they were able to do. But for the home, it was a complete and total loss. As for the origin of the fire, Van Hoos says so far all that's been loosely determined is that they believe it started in the main living room or living area. The homeowner, a Vance subject, I believe Nick Vance, had already left for work. There was no one home, no pets or anything of that nature, and thus no injuries or worse that happened associated to the fire. But nevertheless, a total loss for this local man. More headlines in just a minute. It's Dipper Day tomorrow at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Yes, you can get our famous all-white big chunks of crispy chicken any day of the week as a snack, a meal, or as a party box. But on Thursday, Dipper Day, you get the meal that's dippers with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $6.79. Only at your Sayersville Lee's. Also famous for our ice. McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau.
Come on down to the Mountain Arts Center to check out the new bluegrass sensation Woodbox Heroes. Woodbox Heroes is comprised of some of the biggest names in bluegrass. They bring a fresh new sound and a stage full of energy that will redefine your definition of a bluegrass show. Show is Saturday, April 8th at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets now by visiting macarts.com or by stopping by the People's Bank box office.
2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sayersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. Up next, coverage of last night's regular session of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court. A few departmental reports to begin. Deputy Judge Kevin Howard updating on a lot of ongoing park projects. The Ramey Park, of course, which has seen a lot of delays. The major lighting project, the first thing that has to kind of take place. And the drilling of the large cement bases for those lights. If you've seen the equipment down there, it is something else. Well, as of last evening, they had, I believe, 9 of 12 of those almost done, and that will be a significant accomplishment, and it's been a big delay. The Battlefield Park, the new stage, and the new ramp are done for the most part. That will be a wonderful addition. I think their first event that's going to be up there is the upcoming Easter egg hunt that I'll start telling you about probably on tomorrow's program. And for everyone still waiting on blacktop resurfacing even from last year and then some to be decided this year, well, that's getting closer to happening. They're to meet with Hinkle sometime this week and get official quotes on the park projects that are to see a lot of blacktop as well as a lot of county roads. And they're hoping to have some good news on that front very, very soon. Roger Hurst, our friend with the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 15 of McGoffin County, was present to present not 1 but 2 resolutions for fallen soldiers now to be honored with a road designated in their name. Both Purple Heart recipients, both receiving other numerous medals as well. The first, Private First Class Barry Cottle. And after the resolution was unanimously, of course, approved, Quince Cottle Cemetery Road will forever be known as Private First Class Barry Cottle Memorial Road. Cottle was born here in McGoffin County in September of 1920 and enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1942 and was assigned to the 10th Infantry 5th Division.
His unit was deployed to Europe. On July 9, 1944, the 10th Infantry landed at Les de Verville, France, and moved up the coast of Montauban, relieving the 18th Infantry Regiment. On July 15, 1944, the 10th Infantry distinguished itself in open warfare and assaults on fortified positions. This engagement gave them the motto, quote, "When the going gets tough for everyone else, it's just getting right for us," unquote. And whereas Private First Class Barry Cottle never made it home to talk to his loved ones and friends about his experiences of the war, in one of these fierce battles and heroic action, Private First Class Barry Cottle was killed in action on July 29, 1944. And whereas Private Caudill was awarded the Purple Heart and other commendations for his heroic actions, and whereas Private First Class Caudill lays in peaceful sleep in the hands of a Supreme Commander at the Quincy Caudill Cemetery at Mine Fork, McFarland County, Kentucky.
Also killed in action, also a Purple Heart recipient and receiving other numerous decorations, Corporal Waldo Marcus Mark Dingus, with a portion of Upper White Oak Road now forever named in his honor. He enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1951 and was assigned to the 6th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division, and then transferred to Korea.
While in Korea, he was engaged in many battles. One of the first in Sangwashish. This was fierce ground fighting with small arms and hand grenades. Whereas during his tour of duty in Korea, he was in many other battles. 3 days before they signed the ceasefire, the Chinese army made a massive invasion at the Kosin Reservoir. During this fierce battle with the Chinese army, Corporal Dingus was killed in action on July 13, 1953. And whereas, with Corporal Waldo Marcus Mark Dingus' heroic actions, he was awarded the Purple Heart, Combat Infantry Badge, Korean Service Medal, United Nations Service Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Korean Presidential Unit Citation, and the Republic of Korea War Service Medal.
Formal road dedications for both fallen McFarland County soldiers, of course, to be held at a later date. In other meeting happenings, it was discussed and then approved to increase election poll worker pay to $150 a day for what is a tough job, a job that is very well deserving of much more than that, but that is kind of the standard, if you will, which has been increased here as of late, and the county glad to do so. The county also glad to do something else, this in a sign of working toward one goal. Judge Wireman and McFarland County Sheriff Bill Meade had, prior to yesterday's meeting, agreed to fee pool the sheriff's office accounts or counting through the fiscal court, saving significant time and money for both institutions, if you will. And after approved, that will begin officially in the fiscal year that starts July 1st.
I've been in discussions with the sheriff a lot on various topics, but he and I have come to an understanding and agreement that it would be in everyone's best interest if we would fee pool. And basically what that means is rather than the sheriff's department, when it comes to the collection of fees and those kind of things, that they transfer those straight back to the fiscal court, and then the fiscal court would handle all disbursements. I mean, we'd write all the checks on behalf of the sheriff. This does a couple of things. One, it frees him up to do more law enforcement and focus on those kind of things and on tax collections. And it saves us money because when the auditors come to audit, all they're going to look at is to make sure that everything that he collected, he transferred to us. There's not going to be a bunch of testing and stuff on disbursements down there that takes time and costs money. That'll be done when our audit's done. And so I think this is a win-win for all of us. We're not at odds or trying to do any kind of power grab by doing this, and he's in full agreement and understanding, and we just think it'll be best all the way around for him to do that. Any questions on that? Or you got anything you want to add to it?
No, I just like you said, I think it's going to allow us to have a smoother operation, and we can concentrate on the matters at hand. And I know all of you have the same goals in mind as I do, so I'm all for the fee pool.
After a little more discussion, it was unanimously supported by the magistrates on the fiscal court, and the meeting was soon thereafter adjourned. You'll be able to find some other details about the meeting that will be included in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. Brief pause. We'll come back. I've got some shout-outs to pass along your calendar, of course, birthday there, and then some other things to talk about. Much more to talk about.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Spring is always the most colorful season of the year at the seasonal shop. Come see for yourself. Gorgeous new clothes for everyone. Bright, flowy tops and dresses. Something perfect for Easter. Fun flare leg jeans and new styles and arrivals every day. New sweatshirts and shorts and tees by Royce, Ridge & Holler, and others. And little sleepies are here, all in an incredibly comfy, cute, and durable bamboo viscose material. All this and so much more that you just have to see this spring at the seasonal shop. Before we get to the community calendar, a cancellation, sad to say. Allied Pro Wrestling is not making its way back to McGoffin County for their second time around in the past just few months. With, of course, a lot of sickness and illness in our schools and in our county. They are going to have to postpone this one. They are working very hard already to reschedule, but just to let you know, they will not be at North McGoffin this Friday as was set. Allied Pro Wrestling, Henry Shaw and the gang, all looking forward to coming back to McGoffin County. Some new faces for us as well, all of which we'll hope to see at a later time. But canceled right now due to, of course, illness and school closings, but McGoffin Mayhem hopefully to be rescheduled very soon. We'll let you know. Up next is this evening's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, and as you might be guessing right now, it's a birthday wish to kick it off tonight. 67th birthday wishes tonight to Roger. Roger, with a lot of love, it says, from a long list of family and friends. Happy 67th birthday to you, sir. Happy birthday to you. A couple I didn't get time to get typed in. My apologies, but I'll go over them real quickly. A reminder, told you about it last night, but tomorrow you can go to Mi Hacienda anywhere from 11 in the morning till 10 tomorrow night, and a portion of the proceeds will be donated to the McGoffin County Youth Baseball and Softball Organization. That's Mi Hacienda tomorrow from 11 till late at night at 10. That's lunch and dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it, either of those two or 3 meals. Doesn't matter. Don't be ashamed. Stop by and support the McGoffin County Youth Baseball and Softball organizations. Don't forget North McGoffin Elementary's kindergarten registrations coming up on the 27th. We've got a free health fair coming up, too. I'll tell you more about tomorrow at the Senior Citizen Center. That's going to be March the 29th from 9 till 11. That's not that far away. And, of course, the county-wide cleanup campaign and the citywide are getting close next week for the county-wide cleanup campaign. That's right. District 3 residents get those items out there that you can't normally put out in your garbage. No hazardous waste, no construction debris, no liquids such as paints and the like, and household waste, because you can put that out any time. But you can set out tires, and they will take care of them through the Tire Amnesty Program. District 1 will be the next week, and then April the 3rd to the 14th, which is District 1 and District 2, is also, of course, the 2-week period for the Sayersville Spring Cleanup Campaign, which has been announced. And I'll announce your birthday or anniversary wishes right here, or your important announcement like these anytime you send them to me. Just pass them along so I can tell everyone about them. Birthdays, birth announcements, anniversaries, wedding announcements published for free in the Independent. Send those, however, to Heather at SayersvilleIndependent.com.
Trade it and upgrade it now at Appalachian Wireless and receive up to $700 off when you trade your old eligible device in and upgrade to a new iPhone 14 Pro Max or Samsung S23 Ultra on a qualifying Appalachian Advantage plan. What better way to start the year off right than with upgrading to a new 5G compatible device on the region's best network while saving up to $700 off on the hottest smartphones. Appalachian Wireless giving you another reason to come join the Big Blue Network. Why? Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. AppalachianWireless.com for full terms and conditions.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. In other headlines tonight, Governor Beshear today joined lawmakers to sign officially 5 different pieces of legislation that all support workforce development and the state's booming economy. Senate Bill 57, which allows military spouses who are licensed cosmetologists in another state to easily work here in Kentucky, taking down a lot of red tape. The governor said that bill builds on legislation that he already signed last year that made it easier for military spouses to obtain their occupational licenses, and it complements the work his administration has been doing to make Kentucky the most military-friendly state. House Bill 200, which continues the administration's work to address the nursing shortage in the Commonwealth that other states are seeing as well. This by creating an innovative public-private partnership to support scholarships and improve and grow high-need health care programs. Senate Bill 320 makes it easier for Kentucky to attract more drivers to our trucking industry. It allows an applicant who has a non-resident operator's license and a commercial driver's instructional permit to take the CDL skills test here in Kentucky. Senate Bill 54 opens Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarships eligibility to students attending proprietary schools that are not eligible to participate in the federal Pell Grant program. So some big and significant assistance there. And House Bill 32 provides more opportunities for our school districts to hire school workers and then helps them obtain the high school equivalency diploma at no cost to that employee. A couple of shout-outs from the local school system here for a middle schooler and a high schooler tonight. Ladies first, the Harold Whitaker Middle School wishes to congratulate, as do we, 7th grader Tiffany Hoskins. She is now, not surprisingly, a state champion with the middle school JAG program in the topic or arena of prepared speaking. Also, to anyone who has seen her here on the program or knows her, not surprising. A big congratulations to Tiffany and her specialist, Mr. Larry David Howard. Job well done. Also, congratulations to this young man, Caleb Russell, for achieving a big win, says the high school. For the McGoffin County High School Band, he placed first in the District 9 Jazz Band. And this, we are told, is the first time the high school has ever competed in jazz and took home a first place. Mr. Russell, congratulations to you as well. Just a side note, I was to be at the McGoffin County High School this Friday for another student-athlete signing a letter of intent, but with classes canceled due to illness, that's been bumped up to, I guess, maybe the week after or sometime. So more exciting news coming from our young people in the McGoffin County schools soon. Just a quick update. We're only 4 games in for the Hornets and Lady Hornets for their respective seasons, and that gives us a lot of baseball and softball to come. And the weather will be, of course, getting better to go along with it very, very soon. The boys last night got outed here at home by Breathitt County, 18 runs to 1 in 3 innings. And they will next be at Floyd Central tomorrow, and then Saturday they'll take on Frankfort and Scott County, and then they'll be back home next Monday hosting Pike Central. They are 0-4 right now starting off, but the Lady Hornets are 3-1 after their win last night on the road at Painesville. Big district win for the Lady Hornets, 6-2 last night, final score. Lady Hornets are hosting Johnson Central, but that's next Tuesday. I'm hoping to take that one in. Here's what we're all going to be taking in pretty much for the most part, weather-wise, for the next 7 days. Yeah, where are we going from here? We're going up temperature-wise. We're going to be in the 70s the next 3 days, but you're not going to enjoy a whole lot of them because a lot of wind, a lot of showers, some potential storms as well. Yeah, we've got a front that, just depending on where it parks itself, and then the low-pressure system that's going to make a run, and where they, of course, will work together is just where we're going to possibly see some thunderstorms. We'll know more about it tomorrow. Mostly cloudy tonight. As you can see, southwesterly winds, 8 to 10 to 15 miles per hour, pretty much average. Just breezy, mostly cloudy, and low 50s. Pretty comfortable out there tonight. For your tomorrow, it's going to be dry most all day Thursday. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. We will see mid-70s. We will see winds pretty brisk, at least up to 28, 30 miles per hour out of the southwest tomorrow. Shower and thunderstorms that are going to be blown in won't be until during the overnight tomorrow night into your Friday, starting like at 2 a.m. or so. We'll see a 50% chance of showers and storms, and then that goes to a 70 and 80% chance during the day on your Friday. Friday, we'll see 72, still breezy. Rainfall amounts, 1/4 of an inch during the day, maybe at 1/2 an inch that night, unless you get under a thunderstorm. Again, 72, 57, maybe 3/4 of an inch, unless we get under a downpour. An update tomorrow will, of course, follow. Saturday will follow with 71, very windy, and an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 4 o'clock Saturday. And then they will clear out and leave us with a little more sunshine than not, and temperatures are going back the other direction last half of your weekend. 65 and sunny, not bad there, but a 30% chance of showers. That is Sunday night, so Sunday looks to be pretty nice. 65, mid-60s, and sunny. Monday, that lingering 40% chance of showers, but still partly sunny, still 65, and still breezy. Tuesday, still breezy, 10 degrees knocked off the top at around 55, 56. Mostly sunny, a 30% chance of showers. And then we get back down to close to the freezing mark in the low to close to mid-30s for nighttime lows for a few nights thereafter. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week right now bookends at 56 for your daytime highs. And mostly sunny skies and that lingering chance of showers into your Thursday. And the question is, where do we go from the 50s? We'll talk about that next time. And that's a wrap for this Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you for watching.